How much for 3?
I'm crying, and I feel like it's crying. I'm also laughing because I'm just manifesting to the fucking universe to send me a fit guy to have sex with me. What the fuck? Well, I kind of feel a bit sad about to do that. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm sure I could have sex with plenty of people. No, that's just a fucking ego talking.
Hey, I got you. Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
Well, listen, I know it's you last night. I don't want to alive you before you go home. But I've got something.
Maybe this is what it's like when you turn 30.
Proposal?
Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Women Dating Over 30. And my, what do we have today, guys? You know, babies, they have a goo gaga mentality. They crap themselves, they cry in order to manipulate adults into doing what they want. But babies should be offended if they were to be compared to this woman's levels of immaturity. And someone may say, Hiran, don't you see that this is satire? She's joking. Yeah, she may be joking about the crocodile tears, about the, you know, just stupidity that is spilling from her mouth. But what she's not joking about is the fact that a 30-year-old woman is posting this cringe nonsense on the internet for everyone to see. Guys, I don't know what has happened with human decency overall, but 2023 is not the year for decency to be found. But with that being said, let's leave this woman behind for the rest of our lives, I hope, and let's continue with what we have today.
You know that men are easy to analyze. They only become complicated because we women have this tendency to overthink and to overanalyze everything they say or do. But this is what you must know about men. When a man meets you, he will immediately know if he wants you. Maybe he doesn't know yet if he sees you as his future girlfriend, because when it comes to relationships, men fall into things. But he's definitely sure if he wants to sleep with you. And when a man wants a woman, he will move mountains to be able to be close to her, to see her, to feel her, to touch her. So if a man texts you, even if he texts you a lot, but he's not making any move, and you're kind of confused, but then with your female way of thinking, you start to overanalyze his behavior, and you start to think like, maybe he doesn't know how to approach me, maybe he's insecure, or perhaps he has told you that he's super busy. So then you think, now I get it why he doesn't ask me out. But instead of you wondering when he will make his move, you should tell yourself this is a good thing that he doesn't ask me out. Because as hard as it sounds, this is your proof that he doesn't want you enough. You should stop making excuses for a man you think you want, or maybe you just want him to want you. Never wait for a man to make up his mind if he desires you. Because if a man doesn't show you from the beginning with clear moves that he's into you, he's not your man.
You know, guys, I love this, like, women trying to rationalize why men don't want them, because it clearly shows the type of men that they are into. Because the vast percentage of men, guys, they're not, you know, when they talk to a woman, they're all in, you know, the vast majority of men, they commit to women, they show that they are loyal, they try to show a future, they try to provide, you know, because they think that that's what works. So it really shows what type of exact men are these women looking for. The man who is emotionally unavailable, the man who is busy, the man who has better options, you know, that makes them you know, sit in their houses wondering, does he like me, doesn't he like me, can I have a relationship with him, you know? Like, women are out here, guys, having 40 guys in their DMs, and at the same time wondering about that one guy who doesn't show interest in them, if they could have something with him. You know, just a really good video to show what exactly women are after.
Hi, friends. We had 2 first dates this weekend.
Alright, stop it right there. This woman, guys, was, if I recall correctly, on yesterday's video, and she herself mentioned that she is a traditional woman. A traditional woman, guys. And I didn't believe her because she mentioned that she had a date last week, which, you know, made me think that she probably goes on quite a few dates every week. And whoa, surprise, surprise, we were right. You know, it's so easy to tell what type of woman, women are when you see them. Well, when they tell you things like, this guy I dated last week, it probably goes to show that they are dating multiple men at once. And of course, we were correct. So now let's listen to this quote-unquote traditional woman that dates multiple men at once, that has multiple dating sites, and is meeting like, you know, more than 100 guys per year. Let's listen to this traditional woman, guys.
First one yesterday. We just grabbed coffee, like after lunchish, at a cute little local coffee place. He was very nice. Conversation was kind of what you expect for a first date. Like, it wasn't flowing like crazy, but it also wasn't as stilted or as awkward as it could have been. I don't think I'll hear from him again, and that's okay. My rule, like, I go into first dates only.
Okay, before she continues, let's extend the point we commented on the first TikTok. Do you really think that most men, they go on dates and they don't care or they don't want a second one? Guys, most men are thirsty for women, for dates, for relationships, you know? So when I hear a woman say, like, we go on a first date and he didn't, you know, message me back, or he didn't care, yeah, probably he just wanted to pump and dump you, but you didn't let him do that. So he's no longer interested because that's all he ever wanted. You know, it's again just showing what type of men you are dating, what type of men you are interested in. And then we hear from these women, guys, get to 30 and say, you know, where are all the good men? Why can't I meet anyone? Yet, if you check their history of dating, you will see that they have been dating the same type of guy over and over for the past 20 years, you know, or 10 years.
Only looking to see if I want to go on a second date. I don't go in trying to figure out if I'm going to marry them, if we can have a life together. Like, I literally just go into first dates and say, okay, did I enjoy myself enough to go on a second date? If the answer is yes, then yes. And if the answer is no, then it's no. I honestly don't know if I would have gone out again if he had asked me. But I probably would have, but he didn't, and so here we are.
Of course you would. Of course you would, because he's clearly the type of guy who has better options than you, and it just makes you really want to secure him, because you know he is better than you in so many ways. He is leagues above you, so you try to secure him.
I went on another date tonight, and this date did not come from a dating app. I was actually set up with friends. It was more or less blind. Apparently, it was very blind on his part. He didn't know what I looked like at all. Poor guy. I would have sent him a picture or my Instagram or something. But he seemed like totally good with going in completely blind. I knew a little bit about what he looked like, but not like current day. Anyways, basically, my good friend is dating his best friend, and they both kind of said, hey, seems like it might be your type. We'd like to set you up. And we both said okay, and so we went and grabbed dinner, and it was a lot of fun. He got me laughing like the whole time. Conversation was really good. We seemed to align on a lot of stuff, so we're going on another date on Tuesday. And let me just tell you, it was so refreshing to go on a date and not know anything about who I was like going on a date with. Like, I didn't even have a dating profile. I kept thinking how weird it was that I didn't even have like a dating profile to go into the date, like expecting X, Y, or Z. Like, I literally knew just about nothing. So I don't know where it'll go, but here's some positive. It was a good weekend, and I'm glad that I put myself out there.
All right, okay, so traditional woman right here, guys. Now, if you ask her grandma, you know, if you tell an elderly person about this quote-unquote traditional woman, they will just call her a word I cannot mention on YouTube. But let's say a female dog. You know, because back in the day, we had something that modern women have never seen, never experienced, and it's called a courtship period, where, you know, two people who are already interested in one another, they kind of play like a game, you know, showing their interest. We don't have that anymore. Women, they want that, you know, they want to be courted, they want to feel special, etc. yet they never give guys the chance because they never get to know someone before they spread their legs, or they only date the sort of men that want them for the fun, you know? So it's literally impossible to achieve what they want. And again, guys, I feel so sorry for the man who is dating her right now. If he would have known that this woman dated another man like 1 day ago or 2 days ago, I can't remember, probably he wouldn't be with her, you know? It's just so sad, guys. It's so sad there are men out there, they don't know the big 3 or 4s that they are dating.
If there's one thing that I could tell somebody is do not settle. Do not settle for the bare minimum. Do not settle for a person who can't give you 100% of their time and effort. And I'm not saying that you have to call and text every day, but when you're out with them, if they're not asking you questions, if they're not truly trying to get to know you and understand you and look at you with non-judgment and things like that, don't settle. Because
guys, the reason she's mentioning all of this and sort of like, you know, crying, whining that men don't settle is because it's the men she's been dating for many years, men who don't care about her, who don't ask her questions, who couldn't care less, who just want the fun. So, you know, it begs the question, if all those men you've had S3X with didn't move their little finger to get what they wanted, why should the next man come and show his A game to you? You know, when clearly you don't need an A game to have fun with other men. So why put in the effort?
Because being alone doesn't have to be the end all. When you learn to love yourself and accept yourself for who you are, it's okay to be alone. And yes, when you're alone, sometimes it is lonely and you think, oh, I just want somebody. But I just want you guys to remember to not settle. If they don't put effort in when you first start dating them, if they're not initiating conversations, initiating meeting up, they probably never will. Go and speak words of affirmation over yourself. Help build up your self-confidence so that when this stuff happens, you're like, dude, no. If you aren't going to give me the effort I'm putting into you, see ya. I don't care how good looking you are, how much I like the idea of us being together. If they don't put in the effort, walk away.
That's a lie, and you know it. You've been dating those sort of men that don't give you the effort for many years.
Know that there is somebody else out there who is going to love and accept you for exactly who you are, and they will give you 110%. Now, no relationship is perfect. It's not going to be, you know, pure bliss all the time, but don't settle for the bare minimum, and make sure to take a step back when you first start dating and look at what they're actually giving you, not the daydream of what you hope that you and this person can be. That's just some words of wisdom. I hope that you guys have a great Sunday and just know your worth and know your value, and don't settle. Because life is too short to be unhappy, and you deserve to be in a relationship that gives you everything and more that you've desired.
Guys, you know what I'm mighty tired of? Hearing the word deserve. You don't deserve anything than what you got, right? What you got is what you've worked for. You've worked for being single and being miserable because you've been dating the wrong guys, picking the wrong guys, selecting the wrong guys over a long period of time. And you know what's funny about all those words of know your worth, you have to heal yourself, you have to know what you want, you don't have to settle. Every time women say this, it's women who have bad dating lives, you know? You never hear women in marriages say things like, you have to heal whatever, because they don't need to heal. They've made the right choices. Every time you hear the healing stuff and no, I already know my worth, it's coming from someone who has had 20 years of bad dating experiences and who will continue to do so in the future. But thank you for watching, guys. Leave me your comments down below and I'll be happy to see you next time. Have a good one.